Stick around because I'm getting ready to show you how to change something on your bike that you probably have overlooked. Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to change your fuel filter. Now, if you saw the thumbnail on this video before you clicked it, you already knew that. Now, this is one of those things that commonly gets overlooked because the service manual tells you that you only need to change this every 100,000 miles. The majority of us don't even keep our bikes up until 100,000 miles. Now, I'm not saying everybody, I said the majority of us. But I promise you that fuel filter needs changed way before 100,000 miles. Now I've got this 2013 trike back here and I'm going to be showing you how to do it on this trike. But remember, this fuel tank on this trike is the same as on your road glides, your road kings, your street glides. All of the touring models have this exact same tank. Because we have this trike in here and we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff to it, we got all kinds of videos coming up on this trike. But don't let that discourage you from watching those videos. If you're a road glider, a street glider, a road king, whatever you have, it's a touring model bike, and a few of those videos are going to also pertain to you. I'm just going to show you how to do it on the trike. So stay tuned for those videos as well. But let's get back to that fuel filter. This little guy right here, it's probably about, I think, 25 30 bucks, I can't remember. Got it from Harley Davidson. The part number on that is 61011-04A. Is a fuel filter kit with O-ring. So this particular part number fuel filter kit fits a ton of bikes and a whole huge range of years. So it's best just to call Harley Davidson, tell them what bike you have, and figure out what fuel filter you need. But the installation is pretty well going to be the same across the board. So right up front, if you got this tool right here, it's going to make this job a lot easier. This is a Lang fuel pump assembly removal tool. You can pick this up on Amazon. I think it was about 30 bucks, but it fits a ton of bikes, especially these touring models. So I'll put the link in the description down below. And if you don't have this, you can do it the old school way with like a punch or a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, but I don't like taking the chances of scratching my paint by missing, so I use the actual tool. So let's get the camera over here. We're gonna get this thing open and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first thing we need to do is get the seat off the bike. We're gonna have to be taking the side cover off. Like I said, this covers any of the touring models, so you gotta get the seat off to get the side cover off, get your saddlebag off to get the side cover off if you're working on any other bike outside of a trike, but all of this is the same. First thing we want to do is purge any pressure that's on that tank, and the way to do that is disconnect the electronics to the fuel pump. So right underneath your dash, you're going to have a few lines coming out. You got the electrical line right here on 2013 down. You got this little black plug like this. If you got a 14 up, you got a gray plug. It sits right up here next to a black plug next to your ECM. If you're not sure where it's at, just remember to follow the line from under your dash. Go down, you want to unplug that. Then we're going to kick the bike on. We're going to put it in run. From here, we're going to start the bike and let it run until it dies. And that is going to purge the pressure off of the system. Turn the bike off. So on the other touring models, take your left-hand saddlebag off and then pop your left side cover off. Right underneath there, you'll see a large fuse. That is your main fuse. We're going to go ahead and pull that. So in order to get the tank dash off, it's just 2 bolts. You got a 10mm bolt right here in the center, and then up here right behind your ignition, you got a 5/32 Allen. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those. You go in here, take your gas cap off, get it out of the way, and then we can simply lift up on the tank dash, just like this. And we can leave all this stuff connected in the rear, or you can disconnect it and set it however you want to set it. On the bottom side right here, you've got a hose that goes through a little clip, and the clip is really soft, kind of aluminum. Just bend it and that hose will come off. You got one on both sides. You can see it right there, hopefully. So I'll pull those off, and then I'll just set this right here instead of disconnecting all the hoses. That's not necessary. Now from here, just for precautionary measures, I put some rags with just some painter's tape around this in case we have any splash. But I want to make sure from this point on that we have all the tools that we need up here to do this, because I'm not going to remove this and unplug all the hoses and go set it on a table. I'm going to do it right here on top of the bike. So this is where we're going to go ahead and disconnect this overflow line. That's just going to pull off like that. Then you have this clip up here. You just simply push down on that and pull that out of the way. So we can get these two things out of the way real quick. Now here is where our tool comes in, and you can see that it has the teeth on the bottom, and it's going to grab these 4 prongs right here. Now this is where I'm talking about. If you don't have this tool that you can get on Amazon, you can take a punch or a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and just hit one of these tabs and work it until it comes loose. It's very easy to do. I just don't like taking the chance of slipping and scratching the paint. So having this tool just makes this a lot easier. Simply put it on, give it a little twist, and it comes off just like that. Take the ring off. At this point, this is going to come up. We've got one plastic tab up here where we can pull this up. At that point, I like to grab an additional towel and just go ahead and mop up a little bit of that wet that's just kind of on the filter and the pump. Now you can take a fuel hose tool that pushes these 2 tabs in and pull these off, but it's really not necessary to do all that unless you're taking it over to a table to do this work. But right now we can do this just right over the bike. Now I went ahead and zoomed it in a little bit so you can see what's going on. So this silver tab right here has a little locking piece on the back side, a little tab that you have to push down. Pull it out. This one seems to be unusually tight, but sometimes that's just how it is. There it is. Like I said, that one was unusually tight. It's usually not that bad to get that out of there. Now, I'm going to say probably this fuel filter has never been changed on this bike, so it was pretty tight. Now, we can pull this up and out. It's got a rubber O-ring in there. Make sure you're over the hole because you're going to have some gas that comes out. All right, we're going to set that back so it just kind of drips back into the tank. There's our rubber O-ring. Now we want to get this fuel filter out, so we just reach in here with a pair of needle nose and we pull that out. Now you will have fuel in this cup, so make sure that you don't spill that. Just set it right back in there like that until we get the new filter unpacked. But you can see right there how black that thing is. That thing is nasty. So we got our new filter and our new O-ring. Don't reuse the old O-ring. So when you're putting this back together, there's a couple of things you have to pay attention to. You got these slots on the sides, that's for that pin. You got a tab on top that matches a cutout on the cup. So of course the nipple in the middle has to go inside the fuel filter. So we're going to line that up where that tab's lined up with that, and we're going to push that in. Get our pin in. We're going to push it all the way through until it clicks on the other side of that tab, just like that. And now it's installed. Now on the bottom side of this there is a seal. If you want to replace that, the part number is 61402-08. We can actually do that from the outside without disconnecting everything, because once again this whole thing is pretty stretchy. So without undoing all your hoses, just go ahead and pull that one off. There's a slot in the bottom of that, and that's what all those little grooves right there hold it in, right? So because it's like kind of like an upside down gasket. So once you get it stretched over, make sure to go completely around it and make sure that that's pushed up into the slot. We set everything back down into place carefully, gingerly. Got that tab on the front up there, matches up with the tab on the tank, so it only goes on one way. I'm going to take our tool, put it back on there. We're going to lock it in place. So the first thing we got to do is hook that overflow back up and plug that in. We're going to take our plug, we're going to fish it back around the fuel cap so we can make sure that we don't pinch it back through there. We're going to plug it back in. Take our dash, we're going to pull it up into place. Go ahead and put your gas cap back on. Put our bolt in the front. Put our bolt in the rear. I'm going to go ahead and put our main fuse back in. Make sure that it's seated all the way correctly. Well, that's it, my friends. Like I said, super easy to do. Definitely something you can do at home. There's 48,000 miles on that bike, folks, and they suggest that you change this every 100,000 miles. I mean, could you imagine? This thing's already getting choked out more than a... Whoa, you can't say that, bro. Oh, that's my bad. So it's really dirty, and it's not letting fuel go through it. Now, I fired this bike up in between takes, and that throttle response is insane now. When I cracked that thing, I mean, it cracked. And if this video helped you in any way whatsoever, please hit that like button, and also hit the subscribe. We have a ton of bagger related and Softail related videos on our channel that's all like this, step-by-step instructions on how to help you save money at home. And by hitting that subscribe button, it helps our channel. Over 75% of the people that watch our videos are not actively subscribed subscribe to our channel. Subscribing to our channel actually helps push these videos out. So if you want to help us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about us. Leave a comment down below. Let us know your story on your filter. Have you changed it? Have you not changed it? Does it need to be changed? You know, how did you do it? Did you use the tool? Did you just use a hammer? What'd you do? Let us know down below. I try to comment back to everybody that comments on our videos. If you have any questions on this, also leave in the comment section down below. I'll try to help you the best that I can. I'm going to get myself out of here, get back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe. Keep your knees in the breeze. Thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe popping up over here. And don't forget to check out the rest of the channel because we have a ton of bagger related and soft tail videos on our channel. And to get you started, maybe you can check out this one or this one. I'm not really going to say anything else. You can just click one of those and take it over to another video.